The power of self-discovery. Self-knowledge is the starting point on the journey of self-development. Self-knowledge gives us a window onto our potential. It indicates where our strength lies, what things we are naturally good at, and how we might combine our natural gifts with the opportunities around us. Here are some of the main ways to find out just where your potentials lie. Self-research. The starting point for your journey of self-development is you, the person in the mirror. Looking at yourself, your strengths, likes and dislikes, preference, and skills is an essential first step in your self-development plan. Here are some of the ways you can carry out your own self-research. Look in the mirror and notice what you see. Journalize and diarize. Diaries are useful for recording events and your reactions to events. Write down a dialogue with parts of yourself. If you have a fear, call it Bill, and have a chat with him. He might give your insight into what really makes him happy and what makes him afraid. Get feedback on your work and behavior from colleagues and friends. For a balanced view, ask your critics' views as well. Study your relationships and how they make you feel. Draw your life history to date and project it forward. Self-knowledge. Here are 3 self-research techniques that will give you an insight into what directions you should be following. Cluster graphs. A cluster graph can show you who you like to be with and work with. It shows in a cluster all the people who are important in your life. By analyzing the sort of people you are interested in, you can get a reflection of your own interests. Repertory grids. A repertory grid records the way you handle key incidents in your daily life and so indicates the things you do with ease and those you find difficult. Life charts. A life chart draws a line of your life to the present date, charting the ups and downs. You can project it into the future to show where you want to go next. Strength. In Play to Your Strength, Donald Clifton and Paula Nelson suggest 5 ways we can discover our strengths. Listen for yearning are often triggered when we see someone doing something we'd like to do or feel we could do better. Watch for satisfactions. When we get a glow of satisfaction from doing a job even though we don't know why, it is likely to be a strength. Watch for rapid learning. A strength is characterized by initial rapid learning that continues for a lifetime. Be aware of moments of excellence. Watch for total performance of excellence. Total performance of excellence is a flow of behavior that considers every detail and taking a holistic view of the entire action required to achieve performance rapidly. Easy to learn and easy to do. Dr. Viktor Frankl, who wrote the book, Man's Search for Meaning, said that you can divide the things in your life into 4 categories according to the degree of difficulty in learning them and the degree of difficulty in doing them. Things that are hard to learn and hard to do. These are likely to be your weak areas. No matter how much you try and how often you come back to them, they are things you are going to enjoy or do with ease. Make them a small part of your life, done out of necessity, not choice. Things that are hard to learn but easy to do. These are likely to be everyday skills that take time to learn but, once mastered, are never forgotten, like riding a bike and typing your shoes. Things that are easy to learn but hard to do. These are likely to be activities that, although you know how to do them, always present a challenge. They include physical activities like chopping wood and changing a car wheel. Things that are easy to learn and easy to do. These are where your natural talents lie because you engage in these activities with carefree, natural and unrestrained ease and joy. Your true passion. The secret to finding your strength is to do what you love. Steve Jobs, legendary founder of Apple Computer and Pixar Animation Studios, said, "Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did." You've got to find what you love. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And, like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So keep looking until you find it. Don't settle. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is ordinary. Your personality. Your personality is the characteristics that don't change during life but can develop in healthy and positive directions. Your personality characteristics also indicates what thing you will find come naturally to you. There are many different kinds of personality typologies and assessments, such as Myers-Briggs of 16 personality types and the Enneagram model of 9 personality types. These personality models can offer clues to the things you prefer to do in your life, which are invariably the things you are good at where your individual strength lies. Here are some of those models. Humors. The word humor originally meant moisture or fluid. The ancient Greek believed that the human body was made up of 4 kinds of fluids or humor: blood, phlegm, yellow bile and black bile. When these were in equal proportion, the body was healthy. When out of balance, the body is ill. The 4 humor came to be associated with 4 personality types. Blood equals sanguine, quick, enthusiastic and changeable. Phlegm equals phlegmatic, slow, calm, lazy. Yellow bile equals choleric, excitable, proud, quick to react. Black bile equals melancholic, pessimistic, sad, slow to react. Hans Eysenck in our own day has adapted the 4 humors around scales of introversion and extroversion, ability and instability to create a personality typology. Temperaments. Eysenck's classification of temperaments is the basis of many personality tests. Each of the 4 predominant temperaments has a range of characteristics similar to those of the ancient Greek theory of humors. 1. Melancholic, moody, anxious, rigid, sober, pessimistic, reserved, unsociable, quiet. 2. Phlegmatic, calm, even, controlled, reliable, carefree, thoughtful, passive, peaceful. 3. Sanguine, easygoing, lively, in charge, outgoing, carefree, responsive, sociable, talkative. 4. Choleric, aggressive, touchy, changeable, restless, optimistic, impulsive, active, excitable. Yin-Yang. In Oriental philosophy, everything in the universe is considered to have 2 opposite and complementary characteristics. Thus, human beings are male and female. We have a right and left side, back and front, up and down. Our lives are influenced by day and night, hot and cold, water and fire, sun and moon. And so on. The 2 principles are known as yin and yang. Everything associated with life has either a yin force or a yang force. While they are different, they are also part of the same life force. When a yin element becomes too yin, it seeks balance by becoming yang and vice versa. Perfect equilibrium is held to be non-dynamic and thus leads to stagnation. Everything is therefore in a state of flux. We can use the yin-yang dichotomy to assess what we are like normally or under a given set of circumstances and thus gain insight into our inner natures. Job classifications. Mumford and Salisbury asked a group of people to answer the question, "Who am I?" 20 times. The work role featured prominently in every response. It seems that our identity is wrapped up in the job we do. A. Maccabee suggested there were 5 different job classifications: experts driven by mastery, control and autonomy; defenders, driven by protection, dignity and power; helpers, driven by caring, sociability and relating; innovators, driven by creating, competing, and glory; self-developers, driven by balancing, mastery and play, knowledge and fun. B. Richard Bolles in What Color is Your Parachute? Says that people are attracted to working with things, data, ideas, knowledge or other people. Jobs and personalities. As Steve Jobs said earlier, there is nothing more satisfying and enriching than to find work that matches our strengths. When we do this, our potential to grow and succeed is unlimited. John Holland suggests that, when you choose a career or job, it should reflect the things you like to do. He says there are 6 different types of job category. 1. Working with things. 2. Working with data. 3. Working with others. 4. Serving others. 5. Working to innovate. 6. Investigators and analyzers. Values and life centers. In growing up, we develop a set of values that becomes important to us. These values become the source of our sense of self-worth, our security, wisdom, and power. In his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey says that our set of values are like the bedrock to our life and work. They are the things that create our own personal circles of influence and centers. Some of the common centers are focused on the following: our spouse, our family, ourselves, pleasure, money, work, possessions, friends, enemies, and institutions such as church or organization. Some people are lucky enough to perceive their talents at an early age, perhaps at school or in the family. Others come to them slowly after a process of wrong turns and failings. Others may not come to self-knowledge until late in life, when they suddenly see with blinding clarity where their lives have been taking them. The important point to remember is that, at whatever point it comes, it is always possible to turn self-knowledge into self-realization. Key points. By getting to know ourselves better, we can discover our own strengths and potential. We can research ourselves by noticing how we perform in different life situations. When we see someone doing something that we feel we could do better, it is likely to be a strength. The Yin-Yang dichotomy offers us insight into the way we tend to behave normally or in certain circumstances. We invariably describe who we are by reference to the jobs we do. We each tend to prefer to work with one of the following people, things, data, ideas, or knowledge. Further support. At Talent and Skills Hub, you can be supported by our instructors, counselors and mentors on personal and professional development. You can book an appointment for one-to-one or group tutoring through our website, ts-hub.com. Reference and further reading. Garner, E. 2012, Maximizing Your Potential. Be All You Can Be. Ebook, Eric Garner and bookboon.com.